What's going on, boys and girls? Well, this is not the way I wanted to start the week. I'm not going to lie. I've got a busy day today, so I'm literally going to have to try and do this match review in the car park. Look, frustration, disappointment. That's how I'm feeling right now. Liverpool were there for the taking. They've conceded 4 goals in their first 2 games this season. They've looked defensively shaky. And they were there for the taking. And I was blown away at that starting 11. I couldn't believe that Arteta decided to play Merino in that 10 position. As soon as I saw that lineup, I knew exactly what the game plan was. It was to try and control that midfield section, be defensively resolute, and try and play for the draw. That's what that starting 11 meant to me. Like, I was shocked that Odegaard didn't start. I genuinely thought he was going to start. So, to think that we've got Nwaneri and Eze as options for that 10 role, and he goes with Merino. Why is this manager... I love Arteta. I think what he's done is amazing. But one of my biggest gripes with him is I just think sometimes he is just too safe. He's too pragmatic, you know? We just offered Nwaneri a new big long-term contract. We've been told that this season he's going to play a more central role. So if Odegaard's out, why is Nwaneri not playing in that 10 position? And okay, if you don't go with Nwaneri, you've now got Eze, who is also a 10. I can't believe Arteta didn't play one of those 2 in the 10 role. We had 3 6s in that midfield against Liverpool. That's not winning you at the match at Anfield. It's just not. And I then move on to Martinelli, and I'll put my hands up. In the preview, I said Martinelli could be an option on that left wing because of the defensive qualities, because of the defensive work rate. But I watched that game, and Martinelli did everything you want from a defensive point of view. I can't question him on that. But going forward, he is so off it. It's not funny. He offers zero threat going forward anymore. It's crazy to see the player he has become. Eze in 15 minutes did more than Martinelli did in that whole match. And the issue I have with that is, if I'm Liverpool and I'm stepping onto that field at kickoff and I'm looking at Merino in the 10 and Martinelli on the left, you're sitting there going, this is going to be a relatively easy day. I thought Madueke played well. He definitely had Kirkes worried. But it just wasn't enough in the end. You know, Gyökeres got kind of bullied out of the match by Konate mostly. And because we had Merino in the 10 and a non-effective Martinelli on the left, Gyökeres got absolutely zero service. Zero service. So, yeah, I'm just so angry. Like, this was our moment. This was our moment to rock up to Anfield and put a proper marker down. To say, no, we're not coming here for the draw. With or without Saka, with or without Odegaard, with or without Ben White, we're coming here today to take all 3 points. Because that's what this Arsenal Football Club needs to now do. We've been a very, very, very good side for the last few seasons. We've competed with the big 6, most of the time coming out on top. But this particular match against Liverpool at Anfield, going up against the champions, this was our moment to say, nah. Today we're not coming for the draw. Today we're coming for all 3 points. And we are ripping this Premier League out of your hands this season. And that's why I'm so frustrated, because Arteta played it safe today. And look, for large parts of that game, don't get me wrong, we were probably the better team. I thought we looked in complete control for most of that game, particularly the first half. Liverpool, as you would expect in that second half, grew into it, started to play some better football, started to find some gaps, started to break through the lines, had a few more chances. But all in all, I thought it was pretty comfortable for Arsenal. And that's why it makes it so frustrating. I thought Arteta waited way too long to make those substitutions. Like, you look at what Eze did in the 15, 20 minutes that he got on the park. Like, he should have been on at half time, in my opinion. Odegaard came on and didn't do a lot. Again, you know, if he's not fit, bring on Nwaneri. Like, we've given the kid a 5-year deal. Bring on the kid and give him his chance. On the positive, I thought Mosquera coming on for the Saliba injury inside that first 5 minutes, I thought Mosquera looked really, really good. I think we have a genuine player on our hands there. For that to be his first real test of the Premier League, I thought he did really well. I thought Declan Rice played pretty solid. I thought Zubimendi was good, but again, I thought in that second half there were a few moments where he got caught out and Liverpool broke through us too easy. I thought Madueke had a really good game on that right-hand side, filling in for Saka. But outside of that, there were no real standouts. And I just, you know, look, it's the third game of the season, so I'm not here saying that the title challenge is over, our season's done. I'm not saying that. There's a very long way to go. And I do have confidence in this team to win the Premier League this season, but that was just a missed chance, in my opinion. That was a missed chance to make a statement. And you listen to all the noise post-match, and you can't really argue with it, particularly when you see the result at the end of the day. All the noise is that Arsenal came for the draw. They didn't come to play. They didn't come to win. They came to grab a draw. And ultimately, we didn't get that, thanks to a piece of absolute brilliance from Szoboszlai. I mean, that free kick was insane. I must admit, when he was lining up to it, I had this feeling in my stomach that it might go in. I just had this feeling, and it did. And you knew as soon as that went in, it was going to finish 1-0. So, yeah, look, I'm not going to get too worked up about it because it is what it is. I just want to see my manager be braver in those matches. You know, it's the third game of the season. So if we draw or lose, I don't see a huge difference between that. So why not go for it? Why not attempt to play a game where you finish that match having been brave and decisive and aggressive going forward and win the match 2-1, 3-1. You walk out of that situation and the air around Arsenal is completely different. Completely different. The confidence it gives us moving forward. And instead, Arteta went with the safe option of trying to walk out of there with a draw. We've walked out of Anfield with a draw the last couple of seasons. Where's it got us? Second. Yeah, look, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I can't help but think that was a missed opportunity. And I just want us to be braver in those matches. I just want us to be braver. Because I don't think you win the Premier League by playing it safe. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Anyway, it is what it is. There's a bit of a break now before the next match against Forest at home. Hopefully the Saliba injury is not too bad. Hopefully Saka's going to be back sooner than later, and we can reset and go again. So yeah, guys, that's my thoughts. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.